Hey, I'm Nick We're here at the Harston residence. Today is December 12th, Thursday, December 12th, or sorry, Thursday, December 11th. This is a Erie insurance claim. They're currently paying for all the soft metals on the roof, the metal front standing seam, all the aluminum ridge vent, and they're also paying to repair some wind damage shingles on the front and the back. Today we're right next to one of those wind damage shingles that they're covering, and we're going to do a repairability assessment on the rear slope of the home. The reason we elected to do it on the rear slope, there's quite a bit of wind damage up here. It's already covered, and this is actually the slope that's in the best shape. If we come over to the other side of the roof, there's actually a prior repair done roughly a decade ago that we've outlined, and this prior repair did pass. So as you can see, all the shingles above the prior repair are sealed down. There's no creasing, no tearing along those areas. So we thought, since we're doing an assessment of the roof to see if we can do a repair, this would be the best slope to do it on. I've gone ahead and outlined the shingle that we're going to attempt this on. What I'm going to do is use a manufacturer-approved roofing flat bar. This one provides a little bit more leverage to remove. We're going to break the seals, remove the nails, remove the shingle out of the roofing system, and then we're going to reinstall it with approximately 8 roofing nails. If we notice any damage along the way, we'll stop and mark, and then at the end we'll be able to make an assessment on if patching this roof can bring it back to a pre-loss condition, or if it's only going to make it worse and we'll have to replace the entire system. So I'm going to get started now. Gently break the seals of the shingle I'm going to remove, and then the 4 above it, just like so. Current weather conditions outside are about 50 degrees with ample sunlight, so it's definitely an optimal time to complete a repair. I've broken the seals. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my flat bar, figure out where the nails are, and remove the fasteners, and then the shingle will come out easily. So I come down here, pop the nails out just like that. Shingles are not as pliable as they were 10 years ago. When I went to get the nails out, it actually just ripped through the shingle right there, and additionally right here. So there's a hole about 3 times the nail head right here, and then there's a tear at the butt joint on that one as well. Same thing just happened right there. There's about a hole 3 times the size of the nail head right here. It's tricky. There's 2 nails right next to each other. Alright. That should be all the nails. There's the shingle. Just a couple more examples. So the nails on the end. The nailing pattern on this is 2 on the ends, 2 in the middle, right where the keyways are. So there's a tear there that's consistent throughout the entire roof. You can see the nail hole here is about 3 times as big as what it should be. So there's another right there as well. It's about the size of my thumb. So those are definitely all going to be leak points. At this point, I'm going to reinstall the shingle. Keep in mind it's 2 rows of nails in 2 nail zones. The shingle I'm putting back in, and then the shingles above it. 8 fasteners. I have to lift the shingle tabs high enough to get the nail in the nail line perpendicular to the roof deck. So do that now. Put the shingle back in where it should go. Get my hammer. We'll be using 1.25 inch standard roofing fasteners and just a normal roofing hammer, 16-ounce hammer. Again, I have the shingle just high enough to get the nail in the nail line. If I had this any lower, if I had it lower, when I would swing my hammer, I'd actually hit the top of the shingle. So have the hammer just high enough to do that, or the shingle just high enough to re-nail properly. I'm just gonna go through and put my new nails right next to my old ones.
A lot of granule falling off.
So this first row of shingles, sorry. This first row of shingles is going to have a higher hinge point because there's no nails in the nail line. And we do see creasing, tearing, delamination. It's typically on the second row I have to lift because there's nails. I have to re-nail this shingle, which we took out the top row nails for. The first is going to be the middle row of nails for this one. The row above that I'm now about to lift has a more lower hinge point in the middle of the shingle because it does have nails in the nail line. So if we do see creasing or any type of damage during the re-nail phase, it's typically on the second row I'm about to do now. So again, I'm actually below the existing nails. Sorry. Last nail. All right, I've re-nailed. So we'll go back over to that old control repair in a second here. All I'm gonna do is just simply take my hand and I'm gonna wipe across the top of the shingle, right below the exposure to the exposure edge to the next one, just to simulate what winds and rains are gonna do over the next few weeks. Naturally, wind and water are gonna, knock any loose granules off, right? So if I come through and I just lightly wipe across the top of these shingles, you'll see there's now a crease line at the top, just like so. I'll do that to the row below. And again, talking about the hinge point on these is a lot higher. You'll notice there's a lot less granules falling off compared to this top row. So patching one in, we're gonna end up damaging 1, 2, 3, 4 shingles in the process. So it doesn't make sense to complete a repair on the back, because every time I go to patch in one, I just damage 4 more. That's a chain reaction. That's not really gonna take out the entire roofing system. There's some wind damage all the way down at the eaves on this roof. So imagine that same thing down there, just working its way up. If we come back over to the old repair, and I do the exact same thing. Take my hand, wipe across the top of this. Actually, I'm wiping it harder. You'll notice that nothing happened. So 10 years ago, it was acceptable to repair this roof. Now we can't do that and bring the roof to a pre-loss condition. So Nick Waschenko, thank you for your time. Have a good day.